How's it going, YouTube? FuzzyXYZ here. Now today I'm going to bring you a deck profile. I have a lot of my new segments coming up, but I thought I'd bring you this deck profile, just the fact that I ran it all weekend and I actually did pretty amazing with it. I went to two locals actually this weekend. I went to Patriot Games, which is my usual, on Saturday, and I went to Comics and Collectibles in Chesterfield on Sunday. It's a very small locals, it is quite a small little shop, but I like to go there every so often. The deck that I ran was Geargia Karakuri. Now, I was very skeptical about building this in the beginning. I think I've had it built for about 2 weeks now, like completely finished. The reason why I was skeptical is I didn't know what to run this format. There is, in my opinion, no meta at the minute. Everything and anything can win. So there's loads of stuff running around. There's wind-ups, there's Gear Guys, there's Dino Rabbit, there's Heroes, Sams, Dark Worlds, all that shenanigans. So it's very hard to know what to choose, especially from a competitive player's view, etc. I didn't want to run wind-ups because, as most of you know, I ran them last format, and there's a lot going around at the minute, so I thought that like Gear Guys we're pretty close to wind-ups due to the fact that they are very explosive. The difference being is that Gear Guys have a lot of stun/stall based moves before you can go into OTK, but I like the OTK. It's very explosive and it reminded me of wind-ups a little bit, so I decided to build it. I would just like to say, first of all, a huge shout out to Cupcake21 and Jamie the Kid 00. They two made these Oracle tokens for me of High Priestess Prophecy. As most of you know, I am in love with High Priestess Prophecy. I'm hoarded at the minute. I think I'm on about 15, so I want all your High Priestess, but thank you to these two. Big shout out to you both. Love you. Okay, let's get onto the deck now. Most of it's pretty standard, to be honest. You have your 3 Gear Guy armour, that's your Searcher, that's your main card. The quicker you can get this out, the better, which is why I run 3 Arsenal, which is basically like your Lone Fire Blossom. You run 3 Accelerator. It's an amazing card. You can go into so many different plays with it. The OTK is the best one. MK2, I run 2 of. I like this card. It kind of reminds me of a tour guide in some bizarre reason, just the fact that you can get a Gear Guy from your grave or your hand. I like it when you go MK2 into MK2 because then it gives you a rank 3 Exceed play. That's it for the Gear Guy stuff. The Karakuri engine is 2 Watchdog and a Strategist. No more, no less. I don't like drawing them. The Strategist is not bad if you draw it because you can go into like what I call the reverse OTK. But the Watchdogs are so annoying when you draw them. 2 Birdman. Birdman's amazing in this deck. Definitely suggest that you should run it. 2 Veiler. Reason being, I have no idea, to be honest. I don't have my Maxis yet. Obviously they're getting reprinted in the tin in 2 weeks time, so I don't have Maxis. I don't think I'll actually put Maxis in here. I may side it. There's a very controversial argument going around at the minute between Maxi and Veiler, but I only have Veilers at the minute, so that's all I'm running. And final monster is Gauze, just because it stops OTKs. Spell lineup: Heavy Storm, Reborn, Dark Hole, Staples, Triple MST because I hate back row, Book of Moon because if they veil your armour you can just flip it face down and use it again next turn, and to recycle your stuff, Pot of Avarice. Trap lineup: very heavy. The Solemn Brigade, standard. 2 Torrential just because I hate wind-ups. I run 2 Mirror Force. Mirror Force is actually pretty amazing in this deck. When it went to 2, I didn't know if I was going to run 2, but so many people fall for it, and if they don't have a Starlight Road, it's basically winning. 2D Prison. I hate Terrace and I hate Zen mains. 2 Bottomless, just because it's bottomless. 2 Compulse. Compulse is amazing. My friend Brett actually was running Compulse at the beginning of the format and I didn't like it. He said, Fuzzy, put Compulse in, and I did, and it works out pretty amazing. It can be offensive and defensive. so it is good in that off sense. And last trap is Starlight Road, just for extra protection. Okay, then go into the extra deck. We have 2 GGXs. I managed to pick up my second one this week. I was only running 1, and then my team told me to get 2 just in case. 1 got bottomless, so I totally agree with that. The rest of the rank 4s are Maystroke and Photon Power Operative. Don't run Utopia. To be honest, I haven't got the space for it, especially with Shockmaster coming out in a couple of weeks' time. The level 3s, Leviair to bring back your stuff. Tempo because everyone's running Acid Golem now, and as mains just for protection. The last XYZ monster is number 11 Big Eye, because if you can't OTK, then you can just overlay with your berets and make it so then your opponent can only Chimera Tech into about a 2000, and then this can get over it and they can take control of it as well. For the synchros, I have 1 Stardust because you're in Road, 1 Scrap Dragon because you can OTK that way as well, 1 Burrito, you get the OTK off it. For the level 7s, you have 2 Beret because you need them. Beret is amazing. The last level 7 is Black Rose. And then for my final choice, I run a Chimera Tech just because I side Cyber Dragons. I think this will probably be coming out for Shockmaster. The extra deck is a bit tight in this deck. I kind of don't know what else to take out apart from this. I wanted to run Landois, I wanted to run Utopia, but there is space issues, so I'll probably be taking out Fortress Dragon for Shockmaster. And last but not least, Ghost Token. Shall I show you my extra? I'll show you the side deck. I'll get it out. Might as well. Oh. Okie dokie. I run 2 Cyber Dragons in my side. Just for the mirror match, it's also good if you can get special summon off first turn against something like heroes and stuff like that. 2 Thunder King, just because Thunder King is boss this format. Here we go. 2 Snowman Eater, just in case of Dino Rabbit or Chaos Dragons and stuff like that. It's really funny when they think that this is a set armour, they'll attack into it with like a Thunder King and then you just pop the Thunder King. For the 2 spells, 2 Soul Taker just against heroes and Chaos Dragons I've seen more play now. For the traps, 2 Decree because at my locals there's a lot of Chainburn and Exodia and all that crap that's running around. 2 Macro. Macro is actually amazing. It won me so many games, just the fact that they couldn't Veiler, they couldn't drop Maxi, and I just pushed the game with OTK. 2 Gozen Match because all your stuff is basically Earth, and it stops wind-ups, it stops hero, doesn't particularly stop heroes, but it stops Dino Rabbit, it stops Samurai, so that's pretty good. And the last card, if my camera will focus, is Chain Disappearance. Chain Disappearance is amazing, especially against wind-ups. You can get rid of their rats, or you can get rid of the Magician, so they can't Magician Shark. That's about it. If you guys can think of any things that you'd change in my deck, or give me some advice about how to run it in that. Remember, I've only picked up the deck fully over the last week, so I am still learning the deck. So if you guys can teach me any more about this deck, then I'll happy to take your advice and stuff like that. Like I said in my previous video, I do have my new segments coming up this week. I am doing the prophecy discussion tomorrow. That will be on just the basics of the deck. I'll be doing TLC talk on Friday, I think. That's Tea, Luke and Crumpets. That's just a general talk. I have a couple of discussions lined up for that. So this week, expect a fair load of videos from me. Like I said, please tell me what you guys think about this deck and advice and all that shenaz. Please thumbs up this video and please subscribe to my channel. See you later, YouTube.